Greetings, loved ones. Thank you for being here. This message is powered by neuromelanin in the words of the late, great Dick Gregory. When the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses, there are rules to go with them. First, you can never take those glasses off. Second, you don't see things as you want them to be. You see things as they are. And third, you can never force anybody else to wear those glasses. So thank you guys for dropping back in on me. I just wanted to kind of do a little piggyback off of the last subject that we talked about, which was just words and things that we say. And I wanted to do a deeper dive because I just wanted to go into a little more detail about the power of words and where a lot of those words that we say actually come from, because a lot of us, we only say what we learn and not really know the meaning behind a lot of the words. And so, but what I did find out was that, words are spells, and that's why they actually call it spelling, is because they are actual spells. And words that we say every single day and have said all of our lives, we just do not know the impact that those words have been having. But I feel like it's better late than never. Like, good morning. We say good morning every single day, all day, or at least up until afternoon. We are always telling somebody else good morning, and they're telling good morning to us. And so we're casting a spell on them, and they'll turn around and tell you good morning, and they're casting it right back on you. So what I found out was that good morning, instead of morning, the universe hears good morning, like you're mourning somebody, morning. So you are telling somebody I hope you have a good morning. Like, I hope somebody died, and I hope that you're sad and negative and you're down in the dumps. And then they're saying that back to you. And even hello. Who would think that words that we say every single day, we're casting spells on each other? And you're saying hell, like in hell, and low, like you're below. So yeah, you're low in hell. So you're actually wishing that on somebody, and they're wishing it back on you when they tell you that. And also, bless you. How many times do we say that? Especially the ones who are still a part of organized religion. We say bless you, if somebody does something nice, or we always telling somebody's bless you, but what we're actually telling somebody is be less you. Be less you. You want somebody less. And if they say it back to you, they are telling you the same thing. They want you to be less. So they're putting you down into negative energy. And also weak days. WEEK. Days. DAYS. But what you're actually saying is weak, like no energy. You're weak. WEAK. And daze. DAZE. Like you're in a daze. Like you're in a fog. You can't think. Okay, so that's weekdays, and weekends is the same. So you want somebody weak at their end. END. Weak. WEAK. So it's a lot of things that we do say that we're casting upon somebody else, and they're casting it right back to us. And so whenever they don't get a chance to cast the spell, because they're casting spells, and I'm talking about, they used to be the elites, but because of the times that we're in now, we're calling them the deletes, because they have run out of power. But the deletes, whenever they can't cast spells on us, which they've been doing that over us all of our lives, they make sure that we cast them on each other. Like when you say awake, because what do you do when you get up in the morning? You wake up, it's awake. But also awake is what? when you're at a funeral, when somebody is dead, when there's mourning and crying and sadness. So, of course, these are words that we had no idea what we were doing. But you know what? When you know better, you do better. Because one thing about the universe, they don't know what you meant to say. They only know, the universe only knows what you said. And again, it's by design that they did it that way. So, and also government. Govern, what does govern mean? Govern means to control. What does meant means? It means mental. So the government means to control your mental. So, television. Television, it's what it's doing is it's casting a spell over a wide audience. And it's tell a vision, which is what they're doing. They're telling us their vision. So they can put any and everything on TV and we're just soaking it and lapping it up. But probably 92% of what they're telling us is true. And they are meeting the requirements of telling us the truth because by law, by galactic law, it's called the third fold law, I think it is, that they have to tell us the truth. But they can tell us the truth in whatever way they choose to tell us the truth. And if that means cartoons, the Flintstones, the Jetsons, the cartoons that got all this craziness in it, but it's actually the truth that they're telling us about things that they have done to us, things that they plan to do to us. And so they tell us, and they can always say, well, we met that requirement because we did tell them. Now, if they didn't understand, and if they thought it was just, entertainment, and they laughing and hooping and hollering about it, and they didn't really understand that we was telling them the truth, that's on them. We told them. And so that's why I just wanted to get a little bit deeper into, words. So if you can think of another word that can replace some of these words, like I say greetings, that's another word for, hi, how you doing? Hello, if you could say greetings or make up some other word that means the same thing without actually saying those words, that would be a lot better because then you can kind of minimize, the actual things that you're casting out. But also, like I said before, you can say and cast good spells and you can also cast bad spells. So, and that's what it is. So, so I'm going to close out this message, but before I forget, I have been getting a lot of inquiries about my t-shirts, and I do have a spiritual t-shirt line, and right now they're in production, but I do have divine masculine, which is what I'm wearing today, and also divine feminine that is available. But there are other t-shirts that are coming out that is of a spiritual, they're under the spiritual umbrella. And so if anybody is interested, just hit me up in the chat or email me, because that information is going to be there also. And I know I've been forgetting to put this out there, and I've been saying that I was going to do it, but I kept forgetting. But anyway, you guys, thank you for dropping in on me. Please come back and visit again, and we'll talk again later. Thank you. Bye.